All right, happy Thursday, everybody. It's either or Thursday, and depending on which headline you're reading, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, it might not be exactly what you're thinking. But if you were reading our site earlier today, theraiderland.com, you know what we mean when we say either or Thursday. All right, well, let's some folks get in here in the Arctic Air studios tonight, brought to you in part by Kyle Rogers, Remax Realty, our realtor in Raiderland. He's got a lot of cool properties ready to go for you, including Rocking T Estates out by Ropesville, Texas. I kind of know where that is. Also by Boot City, One Money Saving Mile outside the West Loop. Jackets. It's getting colder. Jackets. It's getting colder. You might want to check it out. All right. Like I said, let some folks get in. You know what to do. If the audio is good, the video is good. You give us hearts, you give us thumbs up. You let us know what's going on that way. And then you share it with your friends. If you are watching on Twitter or X or whatever we call it now, if you're watching on YouTube, utilize the United Supermarkets text line to communicate with us, 806-772-0197. Again, some people will sometimes send messages in through other avenues, and you're like, I can't see it during the show. So use the United Supermarkets text line. It's your tailgating headquarters. And we're tailgating this weekend, even though Texas Tech doesn't have a game. 806-772-0197. Chris is in. The talking box is on. Ben is in. Craig is in. Happy Chicken Fried Steak Day. Is it? Do we really have to have a day for chicken fried steak? I say we don't. I say every day is chicken fried steak day if you're doing it right. Right? We've also got Ask Coach Hyatt questions today. We didn't do that yesterday, so we'll bust out Ask Coach Hyatt. I will answer questions as a generic coach, not speaking as a Texas Tech coach specifically at all, but I will answer generic questions as a generic coach, giving you generic answers. And then if the question is good enough, I may answer it in the manner that a coach wishes they could answer the question. Are there any questions? I don't think so. According to the Texas House today, it's chicken fried steak day. Well, I'm glad they got that taken care of. I'm glad the Texas State House of Representatives were able to get that nailed down. I'll sleep better tonight knowing that they're on the case. Maybe we will ask generic questions. You can ask generic questions. I'll give you generic answers. Let's do this thing in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. Starts your day there every day. We got fresh Raiderland hot links waiting for you every day. Cool stuff we've seen around the internet. Hat tip, Joe Kinsey, Screen Caps Nation there. Great column. We've morphed it from Outkick.com to a little miniature version, the West Texas style. As we mentioned, brought to you by Kyle Rogers, Remax Realty, and Boot City. One Money Saving Mile outside the West Loop. All right, so let's get to it tonight. Texas Tech has an open date. What shall we do? What do you do when Tech has an open date? It comes at a nice time for Tech fans, I think, for everybody. Going, yeah, okay, we're glad we got that little stretch out of the way. Do you totally divest yourself of sports on an open weekend? Do you even tell your family that it's an open date for Tech, or do you just pretend like there's a game and you just go ahead and do what you're going to do? So if that today, you can give us maybe open week suggestions. Do you have a backup team that you root for? Going to the Tech hockey game tomorrow. Where are they playing? I guess they're playing in Amarillo would be my guess. They're not playing here. So we have that. Either or on Thursdays, we usually give you 2 either or questions. Life usually not black and white, but on Thursdays it is. You must choose one, sports, non-sports. Today was non-sports. Here's the either or question. Celebrating we did not lose this week. You haven't played yet. You haven't not lost yet. About let's see, adopt a MAC team on Tuesday night Maction. Because you're a sicko. Yeah, up in Amarillo, where they got a sheet of ice. Either or Thursday today. I give you 2 people that you can visit with for 1 hour. You can interview one of these 2 people for 1 hour. They must answer all of your questions honestly, truthfully, and tell the complete truth about anything you ask. The 2 people you choose from are either President Bill Clinton or President Donald J. Trump. Who do you choose and why? That of those 2, either Clinton or Trump, one of them sits down with you for 1 hour, 60 minutes, however long that is in seconds. And everything you ask, they answer truthfully to whatever it is they know. Two presidents, as we know from the Nicolas Cage movies, there's a book of secrets, so they know all the cool stuff. There are two administrations, one that went 8 years, one that went 4 years. All sorts of interesting things. Bill Clinton, I want to know how he deals with living with Hillary. Chris, I don't know how old you are, but did you see Monica Lewinsky? That's how he deals. That's how he dealt with living with Hillary. And he said, yeah, better option. So that's the either or question today. Bill Clinton, Donald Trump. 1 hour. They've got to tell you everything. They've got to tell you the truth. We've done this in the past with sports figures too, like Pete Rose or Michael Jordan. Michael, you were suspended for gambling. That's why you went and played baseball. Yep. Absolutely 100%. Okay. I think our work here is done. Thank you for being here, Michael. And now Pete Rose is pretty much, yeah, hell yeah, I was gambling. I was betting on anything that moved. Of course he was. So that's either or today. Now we've got that. We've got Ask Coach Hyatt again. These are questions you would ask a coach, a generic coach. I will answer with generic coach speak. I love generic coach speak. And I'm not playing Joey McGuire. I'm not playing anything, McCaslin. Not doing that. Don't ask me questions you want to ask them. That's not how this rolls. It's Ask Coach Hyatt. So all of that tonight, you can get in on the United Supermarkets text line, 806-772-0197. They got Halloween candy, check. They got multiple pumpkins. I always thought something was wrong. Oh, I wouldn't smoke a cigar with him, though. Sometimes a cigar, though, is just a cigar. I used to think the pumpkins that weren't like orange, something was wrong with them. But apparently people like, kind of the beige pumpkin, the blandish white pumpkin, the different colors of pumpkins, all of that. You can do that. Craig, Donald Trump, I know that whatever I ask won't end up accidentally, dead. Yeah, good point there. John, President Clinton, I would ask him why George Bush Sr. liked him so much. It's an interesting question. I think it was the convivial nature of the Kenny Bunkport George Bush, Herbert Walker, that led it to that ideal of liking all the other presidents. But an interesting question. Alan, ask Coach Hyde, I assume, which formation is the best for offense, wing tee or spread? Depends on your personnel, obviously. That's a really good question. I think I can win with both, given the opportunity to install it properly. Personally, I feel like with the wing tee, depending on where I am working, I may have more bodies that I can utilize effectively that way than with the spread offense. That's a really good question. Notice you didn't ask me about the single wing, which I'm all about the single wing as well, or the straight T formation or the Notre Dame box set. A lot of good offenses out there. One day the Notre Dame box set will come back and people will love it. Ask Coach Hyatt, what about the triple option? Well, what about the triple option? How are we running the triple option? The triple option is not so much an offense as it is an option. There are many ways to run the triple option. Also tonight, as I was sitting down, I was involved in a high-level strategy meeting for an hour leading up to this broadcast. And so I get back to getting ready for it, and people are saying, man, what's going on with this Spitgate, this update? I'm like, I don't know. Let me find out. So it appears that there has been another video that has been proffered up of an additional incident in the BYU game involving Jaden York allegedly spitting on a BYU player, this time Eddie Heckard, at a different time in the game. I finally, right before we started this broadcast, got a chance to see the video. And I will not use the term circumstantial evidence, although we put people to death with circumstantial evidence all the time. It sure looks bad. And it sure looks like, given what else we had in the game, in a separate incident of spitting against the same Texas Tech player in Jaden York. And as I said during the game via social media, that if in fact Jaden York did spit on another player, on another person, on another human being, that I would have no problem with Texas Tech adding a game suspension to it. This additional video sure looks bad. It sure looks like he looks around, makes sure the official isn't looking. It sure looks like he spits at the player. It sure looks like the player recoils and steps back. It sure looks like a spit. And if the spit fits, you got to wear it. Joey McGuire, in his not delayed, but open date media appearance yesterday, backing up York, saying, boy, sure didn't see anything on our video. We got nothing there. I got nothing there. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But this additional video, and again, it's not of the same incident. It's another incident. It sure looks bad. And I've said over the years, you get to do a lot of things, but if I'm the coach, you don't get to make me look bad. You don't get to do that. I can suspend you for making me look bad. I can suspend you for any reason I want to. I'm the head coach. I don't know what Joey McGuire is going to do. It will be very interesting. I think that if I were in his situation, seeing what I've seen, you know what? I'd sit him down a game. Say, congratulations. I went to the wall for you, and you made me look bad. And again, circumstantial evidence. We convict people all the time on circumstantial evidence. So there you go. Saw that right before we started. I'll go ahead and say at this point, I would have zero problem with Texas Tech suspending Jaden York for a game or whatever other punishment. But I do think, again, there's not much more disrespect you can pay another man than spitting on him. You're just not, you know? So there you go. Ben, that young man, if guilty, would see it in the Jones multiple times, talking about running stairs. Yeah. You know, the physical punishment in addition to not getting to play. Calling Bob Knight and have him run suicide lines for hours upon hours upon hours. So we'll see. They truly tried to end it yesterday, and I don't think it's ended. John, Coach Hyatt, how do you keep the team motivated after facing challenges of players going down with many injuries, poor performance on the field at times? Again, if you want to ask a question about Tech and Joey McGuire, ask that question, John. I'm Coach Hyatt. Ask me generic questions. Suspend him 2 games for also lying about. Yeah, we can probably go down that road too if you want to. Again, I wouldn't have any problem with it because I think it's about one of the most disrespectful things you can do. I'd almost have less of a problem with a cheap shot, you know, a targeting penalty, something like that, in the normal course of a football game than somebody spitting on somebody else. We'll see what this seemed to be kind of coming out this afternoon. Remember, at BYU, their time frame right now, I think it's only like 4 a.m. there because of the time zone difference and everything else. So I think they're just now getting up here on Thursday morning there. So we'll see. But now, how do I keep a team motivated? It's real simple. Guys, we only get to do this 12 times, 10 times. If I have to motivate you to play so few games in a year that you only get to do this just a couple of times, really in your life, and I've got to motivate you to do it, you're not very good, and we're probably not going to win with you anyways. And I have entirely brought in the wrong people to be a part of my team. That's my motivational pitch to you, that if I have to motivate you to do something so few amount of times, what I'm doing the other 350 days a year, I have completely failed already on that. I can get it on the United Supermarkets text line. Ask Coach Hyatt. It's either or, Trump or Clinton. You can interview one or the other for 1 hour. They must answer truthfully and honestly every question you ask. Who would you interview and why? Boy, that could be interesting. And then Tech Open date plans. What do we got? We got cold weather coming on Sunday. So I'm good on Sunday to get out of like any sort of marginal outdoors work and make my son do it. So yeah. And like we got like really cold weather coming. I'm excited. This is gonna be really good. Where I live out in the middle of nowhere, not very many people get to see my porch. So, and if you've grown up in the country or you live in the country, you understand this, that the porch sometimes becomes an open air storage area. And I really, really, really desperately need to clear off some stuff on the porch. Open date Saturday would be a great day to do it. Would be an exceptional day to do it. So I've got to figure up something other than that to do it. So if you got open date plans, tell us what they are. If you got other teams you watch, what do you do? What up with offensive line? They're not playing very well. And you're moving guys around. Stats is hurt, so he's going to move over and play some guard. Wilburn's going to go back to center. And they've been substandard this year by a Big 12 level. John says, is the men's exhibition game televised? That would be a good game to watch. I don't believe it is. I don't think it is. Hillary, if I interviewed Clinton and asked honest questions, do I get a lifetime personal security afterwards? Yes. Yes, we will guarantee your personal safety. Remember, you're interviewing Bill, not Hillary here. You're probably safe on this. You know? Duck hunt Saturday and Sunday morning. Bundle up, because Sunday is going to be bitter. I think that may get here earlier. James, I interviewed Bill Clinton and all the questions about Hillary. I interviewed? You did? Weekend plans, I'm going to Red River, New Mexico. Suggestions for food establishments. Totally depends on what's open, Craig. If Sundance is open, you're going to want to get a stuffed sopapilla there at Sundance. You're going to want to go to Capo's and get you some pizza or some Italian food. Breakfast at Yesterday's, and they're at Shotgun Willie's. You're going to want to do some of that. Bull of the Woods, Taco Tuesday. I know they'll be open, so you can get you some good eats there at Bull of the Woods. And then after that, it just literally depends on what's open this time of year. Open date plans, still watch football. But who are you going to watch, CJ? Didn't catch Widge Clinton. Yeah, there you go. Very, very dangerous. At the United Supermarkets text line, last year we had a player say racial slurs to Ole Miss players. Let's back up and say accused, alleged. I don't know that it's ever quantified. This year, we allegedly spit on BYU players and Joey doubled down on it, something fishy in our play. Like, I don't know. I mean, again, if you looked at the original BYU stuff and the kid says he didn't do it, you're looking at the film, you don't see anything. Then what comes out later on today looks bad. And it's a separate incident, we should say again. For pure entertainment, would interview Clinton if all topics are open. All topics are open. Open date plans going to the World Series game. The Little Rangers in the World Series again. Third time's the charm, right? Gonna get this one on the third time. Will the mother load be hopping on Saturday? No. No, it will not. It'll probably be open. It will not be hopping this time of year. Ain't nothing going to be hopping. They might have like some Halloween stuff going on this weekend. I hadn't really looked, but I don't even know if they'll have a band or anything. You are smack dab in the middle of off season, which I love, and that's why I like going this time of year. But hopping, yeah, probably not the term I would use. Got to redeem from 11. Go Rangers. We'll see if they go. Hopefully they'll go, right? They're going to go, right? They're going to go. So Clinton for an hour, and he's got to tell the truth. Trump for an hour, he's got to tell you the truth. That's the either-or question. Rangers are going to win the World Series? I don't know. They're in it. They've got a chance since they're in it. And this would probably be the Ranger team of all the teams that made the World Series that would say that has the least chance to win it. So they probably win it since they have the least chance to win it. What I like about them in this postseason is they've won different ways. The first couple of series, some amazing starting pitching. They took the middle of the pin out of it, and they won some, by their standards, fairly low scoring games. Then after that, you had to bash your way through some situations against the Astros, and you were able to do that. So you feel like it's not exactly a one trick pony on this team. You're going up against a franchise that has no more World Series experience or anything than you. You just got past the most experience that you could have. So there you go. I'm talking about beating the Astros, the cheating Astros. By the way, here's to Dusty Baker. Job Dusty, announcing his retirement. He can introduce himself to his dogs. I don't think I want to be in the room when that happens. Clinton, you would hear about how many folks have died. Yeah. It's not unusual for somebody to commit suicide, shoot themselves in the head, and then roll themselves up in a carpet. That's not unusual. Happens all the time. Chris, early helmet sticker to Dusty Baker for a great career. Yeah. He was, I guess I was a Dodgers fan in the 70s as a kid because I didn't like the Yankees because they were in the American League. So I felt like as a Ranger fan, and you really had no hope, that I could root for National League teams and it didn't matter. Plus, they were on TV all the time. So kind of a Dusty Baker fan that way. Trump, you hear about how many folks he has strong-armed or elbowed or biceps or, whatever. Stacy, I thought the Phillies would be the World Series opponent. Shows how knowledgeable baseball guy. The Phillies had a really good shot. See, they were in the series. The Phillies were kind of a one-trick pony that they were bashing their way, and all of a sudden they couldn't bash their way. Evening, Coach. I shared the video with you. My question is, Bill, the cigar preference. I think Perdomo would probably be the one you go with. Another texter on the United Supermarkets. I was at Market Street, and the cashier asked me if I wanted a bag for my milk. I said, no, thank you. I'll keep it in the cart. I may use that one. That's a pretty good one right there. I always get the bag because, trash bags. Can't have enough of them. Chris, probably the best hire the Astros could have made after getting caught cheating. That hire, make no mistake, was 100% foisted upon them by Rob Manfred in Major League Baseball. That Major League Baseball needed a guy like Dusty Baker as a manager in a high-profile setting and situation, and it worked out for the Astros, no doubt about it. But don't give the Astros too much credit. That hire, they were told by Major League Baseball, this is who you're going to hire, and they did. Silver lining to texting, I can go deer hunting, says the texter, without the anxiety of missing something. Let's see, you got the Thursday night game, so you probably wouldn't be out deer hunting on that. In the Florida, we got that. I'm just looking at the different times on the games. We don't have a Kansas game time, do we? We don't have that yet. I guess not. Will one Don Williams uncover the truth about the spitting? Probably no more so than any other single individual would be my guess, if I were guessing. Unless Texas Tech, admits to it or something like that, which that doesn't seem to be something that they're in a hurry to do. A couple more minutes left to ask Coach Hyatt generic questions for a generic coach. I'll answer in a generic way. Either or Thursday, you can interview one of these two for 1 hour. They must answer truthfully. Either President Bill Clinton or President Donald J. Trump. Which one would you choose and why? I really thought that it would be a Trump runaway, but you guys are some kinky dudes and dudettes, and you want to talk to Bill. I should have known better. Whatever else is on your mind today, anything and everything, including the weekend plans. Hey, I want to give another shout out to my man Joe Kinsey there at Outkick.com and Screen Caps. There was a story related by a reader today of going to the Alabama game, and he's from California, and seeing SEC football and really just the South and our part of the world, and it illustrates the difference between Big 12 country, Texas, SEC, all that, and how we approach football and how they approach football out there and why the Pac-12 just no longer needs to exist. It's not so much that, Stacy. It is a second incident. It is a second incident aside from the first one that certainly looks to me like York is spitting on a BYU player. Clinton at Twin Peaks. Trump. Does it all hang out in public anyway? Clinton a lot more secretive. Yeah. Trump, he'd spill the beans on JFK and the aliens. I mean, don't we already know? Don't we already know about JFK and the aliens? I think we already know. That's Trump, the envelope he handed all the former presidents at Bush's funeral. Coach Hyatt, thoughts on Michigan sign stealing? That's a great question. We steal signs. Everybody steals signs. It's what level of cheating you're willing to go to and admit to. They're ham-handed in their cheating. They're at Michigan. They're not very good at their cheating. It sure seems like this Harbaugh character finds himself in a lot of different hot water for different reasons. He's going to make a hell of an NFL coach. Going to do a great job there in the National Football League. But yeah, we try to steal signs. Everybody does it. They're just stupid about it there. Ryan, missed yesterday's show. Was the Atomic Wings for? Oh yeah. Okay, so that story. So we get the wings. Well, my son picked them up. So my wife ended up with the Atomic Wings, and I had her wings, which were just the normal buffalo wings. So I'm, oh man, these aren't hot at all. Whatever. So I have about 3 or 4 of those before we realize the zany madcap humor of the mix-up as she's dying trying to throw down the Atomic Wings. So got those. I had, about 3/4 of it maybe. I feel bad because I put a bunch of blue cheese on her wings, and she doesn't like blue cheese. I love blue cheese. Long story short, the Atomic Wings, they have pretty good heat. No flavor to it whatsoever. Nothing against Wingstop. Love you to death. Like I said, the wings that she got were tasty. No heat really at all, but they were tasty. But the Atomic Wings, and this is typically the case with really hot wings, that the hotter they get, the less flavor you're going to get. That's why the mango habanero wings, yeah, she was gutting it out. She was doing really good. I was proud of her. For the most part, hot wings really don't have a good taste, and these just didn't really even have a taste. And the heat on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it was probably a solid 7. It had some really good heat to it. I was just like, man, I just really needed some mango habanero. The mango habanero mix done right to me is the best combination of the heat and the sweet. And not just Buffalo Wild Wings, but anybody who does it well. If you can get a heat and you can get that sweetness of the mango, something like that, it's really good. A lot of people like really crazy jacked up, like Asian zing, stuff like that. There's a saltiness to that I don't, me personally, don't enjoy that in combination with the wing. So they weren't bad. And I wanted hot. I got what I wanted. It just, what you going to do? Mango habanero, one of the best deals we've ever had. I agree. As Americans, it's hard to do any better than that right there. So, again, not bad. United Supermarkets text line 1% on the mango habanero. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. You can put that on just like grilled chicken breast and and kind of do a braise with that. And it's really good that way too. Wingstop, damn good lemon pepper. See, and I'm not a lemon pepper guy, Brett. I don't know many Americans are. Just lemon pepper doesn't do anything for me. Dry rub lemon pepper. I've had some. If Collier is still on from KMAC 28, they're at DJ's Dugout. I think they have a dry lemon pepper up there that was pretty decent on their wings. I can't remember. There's a chain called Pluckers. Yes, there is. It's all over the state. Coming here soon, apparently, allegedly. Pretty good mango habanero. Hey, Steve, why don't you take that cigar and put some mango habanero on? Sandberg's bleeding from his ears. We've got a group from Peoria here. I wonder if they like mangoes. Whoever thought about mangoes and chicken? They're carting Sandberg off to the hospital. Hey, the Pope's here. Yeah, Pluckers is legit. I thought they were putting one in. You know, I thought they. I thought. Did I dream that? I really thought they were putting one in Lubbock. Hmm. Oh well. All right, about time to wrap it up on a Thursday. I don't know if I'll be with you in the Arctic Air studios, but you know what to do. Hey, this is going to be your first real blast. If your heater ain't working good this weekend, call the Bear. Callthebear.com. Tell them you heard about it here in Raiderland, and my man Shane and everybody else will be ready to take care of you. No doubt about it. All right, you'll be able to do that. Kyle Rogers, if you want to live out here, not near me because nobody lives near me. But if you want to be in the Ropesville School District, they have some 5-acre lots, Rockin' T Estates. Check it out. Go to his Facebook page, Kyle Rogers Remax Realty. And of course, Boot City. I think I need to swing by there. Don't tell my son, but he's going to get a new belt to go along with his. He didn't get a class ring, he got a belt buckle, class belt buckle. So don't tell him he's going to get a really cool belt from Boot City, one money saving mile outside the West Loop. All right, we got to say goodbye. First off, to the wonderful people who are watching on Twitter X and on YouTube. It asks us, do we want to end the stream? By gosh, we want to end the stream. In the stream. Okay.